Hi guys. So the other day I saw my friend, she's an amazing artist. She's not really my friend, but I like her page. Her name's Polly, and I'll put her link. I saw that she was selling the refrigerator magnets, and I already have a bunch of cabochons, so I thought I would make some too. What I make with my skins, and this is just a skin, I'll explain that in a second. I make optical glass pours. I just made this one. There's the square. Here's one I made a long time ago. I dipped this one. I poured the paint, I blew it out, and I dipped it and pulled it up and let it dry this way. See? But you can also just cut off, a piece of skin and pour it on and glue it. Isn't that cool? And then it will sit on somebody's desk and just look neat. When you buy the optical glass kit, you can get it on Amazon. You also get these. That's pretty dirty. I've had these around a while, but it's more tricky to use these with optical glass. And then you get a round ball, which I haven't figured out what to do with yet. But I'm not going to do any more of these today. I'm going to do some magnets. So I got these magnets. Here's the magnet part. It comes with the cabochons, and you put the skin between it, cut it out, and then glue the magnet on the bottom once it's dry. So this big skin was poured on, excuse me, this mat. I was using this mat for my turntable, and I had a whole bunch of paint left on my turntable, my spinner, and so I just put some more paint on there and some of the colors, that I was working with, and I swiped it and I left it, and this is what it looks like. Skins are pretty cool. They're like little pieces of leather almost, or vinyl, and you can cut them really easy. See, I cut that out with one of my razor pins. I don't know if you can see that or not. That is a razor pin. I wonder if I can get that to focus on that. It's got a tiny little razor blade on the end of it. Isn't that cool? And it comes in like a 5-pack. And you hold it like a pin. And when you want to put it away, you just click the thing. So that's how I cut it out. But you can also use scissors. So how you make a magnet or an optical glass, you can get different size of cabochons, and you just look around at what's going to look cool. You can do all sorts of things with skins. My friend Tracy uses my skins in her Tumblr business, and she makes things with them also. So like that might look cool. So you just take this kind of glue and you put a drop of it, tiny drop, on your, see how tiny that is, on your cab, and then you flip it over to the place that you thought it was cool, see, and push it down so that there's no air bubbles. That's it. And then you just leave it there until, I guess, later. I would just wait till tomorrow. See? I know that's super simple. And then you use scissors or a razor X-Acto blade to cut it out. And you just attach your magnet. Now, these are the magnets that came with it. If these were any bigger, the 20 millimeter size, I would use these magnets right here. I have a bunch of them because I put them on top of my little piggies, and then I put my little piggies on a metal board. so I don't lose them. But I have a lot of magnets. Anyway, I'm just going to continue doing this, and I'll let you know what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so while I was waiting for my little refrigerator magnets to dry for the cabochons, I thought I would show you this. Now, this optical glass has a scratch in it. And the scratch is because I dripped a piece of resin on it. It didn't notice, so when I was trying to pick the resin off, it scratched it. But that's not going to matter because here I have a skin, and I just have to find the prettiest place to put this. You know, you can look. That's kind of pretty. That's really pretty. So that's what it looks like in real life. Let's see where else. I kind of like this part here because it has different colors. That looks kind of nice. It's like having a little piece of art. Maybe I'll use that spot. So I'm going to put this where it's probably too much, where the scratch is. See the scratch right there next to the glue? And I know from using resin that it will fill right in. And I can just put this, oops, right over the spot I want it. Okay, just like that, see? Just going to press it down so that I don't get any bubbles. I'm just going to let it dry, and then I'm going to cut it out, and then I'll show you what it looks like. It's probably going to look a little bit like this one. I wouldn't be surprised. See how this one needs trimmed? I'll just take a razor blade and go along that edge and trim it. These are pretty great. I think you can sell these for like $25. But it needs a back on it. So I would put a cork back on it and cut the cork out. So let's see. That's really pretty. Okay, so since we're talking about optical glass, I wanted to show you what it looks like when I get it. And you buy it on Amazon. Okay, so it comes like this. 4-pack crystal photo optography accessories. Okay. So you get 4 of them. Now, if anybody out there can come up with anything... Sorry, I'm having to hold my camera because I can't find my clip. If anybody can come up with an idea to use the round one, please let me know because I'm baffled. I've tried everything. So it comes looking just like this. Get these little pieces, the square, and there's this one. Hold on, I'm going to get that one out so you can see. It's my favorite. Sorry this is such a rough video, but you know, hold on. You know, I'm not a photographer. And it comes with this. There, I just used it to wash my lens. Okay, so it comes with a little cleaning cloth. And it had a bottom and a top, so I had to. Oh, there it is. Okay. Had to cut out the bottom. So there's that one. And then, let's see. Here's the ball, the spear. And I don't know what to do with that. I've tried so many ideas because it's so pretty. But I don't know. Okay, and then it has the square and the triangle. Just like that one. Okay, so now we know what the optical glass looks like. So we should do another one because that is so gorgeous. I love this skin. I still have this skin, or part of this skin left too. And another skin. I made these the other day just to do this optical glass. And see, there's little spots over here I can still use to make some cabochons. some refrigerator magnets or magnets for whatever. I don't really like this look in my paint pours, in my pictures or anybody's. I don't like that for some reason. It just reminds me of somebody who didn't have a level table. Okay. So I'm going to focus over here. I think we'll do the pyramid because it's so gorgeous. Actually, at least when I'm holding the cell phone, you get a better view of everything. I'm going to wipe this off on my, so I don't have fingerprints right here. It's hard to see when you go sideways. Oh, that's pretty. There's a, oh, there's a spot right there. Okay, got rid of it. It's right here on my thing. Okay, try again. Maybe like that. Maybe even over just a tiny bit so you get some of that blue-green. And then I'm not wasting too much space on my paint pour. Here. Let's see. Look at it. I'm looking at it through the camera. Does it seem a little dark? This is pretty right here too. So is this. Oh, what about there? Oh, now that's pretty. Let's do that one. Okay, so I'm going to take my pyramid and I'm going to need to turn it upside down. So, and then I see there's a little bit of goober on it. So I will take one of my dust-free cloths. Just going to use some water. Try to get it clean. Because whatever's on there would have just got on there since I just opened my box. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Can even use the little cloth that they gave me. Okay, I'm going to take this glue. Now this is just diamond glaze. All right. Okay. There's the glue. You don't need very much. Just a tiny, tiny bit. There's a bubble in it. Maybe the bubble will bother me. Bubbles, like, they drive me nuts. Get out of there, bubble. Okay. That's ridiculous. Come on, pop. That's like when you get a bubble in resin. Sometimes you just have to remove it. You can't just pop it for some reason. Okay, we chose right there. Or I did. You guys weren't talking. Now, if you would have chose a different spot, let me know. Now, see what I do is, because I'm not a perfectionist, I rub it around so you don't get any bubbles under it. I really like that. And you can clean this up with water when it's still, you know, a little bit wet. So you don't have to stress over it. But that gets all the glue out from underneath it. And it also makes sure there's no bubbles. You want to make sure. You know, I do, because bubbles drive me crazy. This one's already set up and I just did it. Okay, that looks so good. I think I'm ready to try another one. Now with this one, I have tried it this way. And I've tried it this way. This way you only get to see one side. It's just really weird. It's really weird how it works. So I'm not as excited about using these as I am the squares and pyramids. But I mean, you know, somebody might like it. I don't know. I'm not going to tell people what they should like. So if you do it this way, you don't really get to see anything. Only if you look straight down. So I'll do it this way. But where should I do it, guys? You never talk to me when I ask you questions. Hey, if I did this live, then you could talk to me. I could just go live. Okay. That looks pretty cool because it has these things, so it adds a bit of interest. So I'm going to pick the side that I want to do it on. And this is really handy for holding things because it has the fold. See, there's already stuff. It has the mold that it won't fall down in. Hopefully. I like these cloths too. They're the dust-free for mechanics that make them. I buy them by the case. My husband doesn't even have any out in his shop because I took them all. So I had to buy some more for myself. He didn't care. He shares everything with me. He's pretty nice. Don't tell him I said that. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So a little bit of this. A little bit. Brenda. My name's not really Ruby. If you guys ever want to know why I named my painting Ruby, it's because I used to live in Scio. And they call me Ruby Tuesday for some reason. I mean, I know why, but they call me Ruby Tuesday. And then when I got a skunk for a pet, she came from Ruby's fur farm, so I named her Ruby. And then she passed away, and I just loved that little girl. It's just a couple years ago. And then there's this store called Ruby Tuesdays I really like. Okay, there we go. And my birthstone is Ruby. Okay, now I'm going to rub this around a lot. I'm sorry that the thing's not focusing right. And the reason is because it had a lot of bubbles under it. I don't know if that's going to even work or not. I should have popped those darn bubbles first. See the bubbles under there moving? Look. That's just not going to work for me. I think it's good to have issues. When we're doing these videos, these how-to videos, because those issues help you to know what to expect, and it's kind of like live problem solving, sort of like you get to see how I solve the problem, and you're not upset if you have the problem. Problems don't bother me anyway. I always work it out there. So I'm just going to use my spray bottle of water. Everybody that pours paint should have a spray bottle of water handy all the time. Just going to go around the edges just to make sure. 'Cause I don't really want to have to spend a lot of time cleaning this thing up. Just get it off of my canvas. Anyway, that's how come I called this Ruby Pours. But a funny story, I changed my YouTube name to Ruby Pours, and I had to change my email name. So when I went to order dinner from my favorite Thai restaurant the other day, it automatically reverted to that email even though the name had changed. And so they got it as Ruby. Luckily the lady's super nice and knows who I am. But the man working behind the counter did not, just the owner. So when my daughter went in there to pick up our order, he kept saying the only order we have is for Ruby. And my daughter's like, no, Brenda. It was pretty funny. And then she said, no, this is her daughter. And anyway, we worked it out. They worked it out because Maddie came out to the car. She goes, Mom, please tell me you didn't use your nickname on the order. I was like, oh yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, looking for another spot. Let me see. See how best you can see it. That is so pretty. This paint is gorgeous. This is all this little piggy paint with a little bit of a pillow. Tube paint, and my pillow was Color to Go from Sherwin-Williams. That is really pretty. But I used something from Eye Candy. Oh yeah, this sparkle. See the sparkle in it? That's Eye Candy Silver. It's the first time I've ever used Eye Candy Silver. I like that. Looks really pretty. Okay. So I'm going to, once again, oh, it's gonna, no bubbles. Okay, that time, no bubbles. I'm gonna put it right back down there. I'm gonna wiggle it in circles. Okay. That looks pretty cool to me. Get all the bubbles out. I'm going to push down. Sorry about my hand, but I had to push down on these one more time just to make sure there's no bubbles. Okay, so look at this. So we have a pyramid and a, I don't know, a triangle that's really long and two cubes. That looks really great. And then I have another cube from the other skin. But this one that got chipped that I will be keeping to remind myself not to drop my cubes. I have a spear. I guess I can go outside and take pictures with it. And I have, okay, one more. I have a few boxes of these actually. But I have one more of these. So let me wash it off. It looks a little dusty to me. Hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. If I am, I won't record with my hand anymore. It's just, I have all these lights and things. I just can't find the holder I like. Okay, there's nice and clean. Pick a spot. I know there's one more spot on here that's fantastic. I just have to find it. You look while I put glue on here. So I want to make sure there's no bubbles this time. I'm not kidding you. You have to just remove the bubbles sometimes. There's no pop in them. There. Okay. Ugh, there's two more bubbles on there. I know if I touch it with my hand, I'll just get more bubbles. Well, that sucks. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm just having a bubble. Maybe I'm just having a bubbly day. Okay. Let's look over here. That's kind of pretty. Let's see. That's really pretty. Okay, I'm going to push that down. First, I'm going to wiggle it around because that's already... I already see some bubbles. Okay, that's pretty. All right. I think you can sell these for like $25. I wouldn't go over 25, and maybe 25 for this one, maybe 15 for these. It just depends on your market. I mean, if you want to try to get 50 out of them, you sure can. But they're beautiful, and after they're done, I think I will put either some felt or some cork, because people are going to want to put these on their desk, and you want to cover up that ugly. So some felt or some cork. And I'm going to let these dry like this overnight, and then tomorrow I'll cut them out so they look like that. Now over here, hold on. Over here, I have the cabochons for the refrigerator magnets. Right here. Aren't those pretty? So I will cut those out. I wanted to do sets of 4. So I did, except for that pink one's not going to have a partner. Those purple ones are pretty. And I did them in sets of 4. And then I'll cut those out tomorrow also. And then here's another skin from, see how it has ugly parts? Because this was just, again, my mat that I put on my spinner. You get these big mats at Fluid Art Company, fluidart.co. So I had so much paint on this, I didn't want to throw it away because I was painting. So I just put some paint on my swiping tool and I swiped, and I'm just letting it dry. It's dry now. And so here's some pinks and blues. So I might be able to take this skin and match it with that one maybe. But it was just all the paint I had left over. But you'll see when you have a skin, you have holes and stuff if you're doing it just like I am and just using leftover paint. Because everybody says that fluid artists waste so much paint. But we really don't, because you can make things out of your leftover paint and your drippings. And that's exactly what this is right here, just leftover paint. It was in the bottom of my cup, and I had all this paint on the mat anyway, so I just swiped it. I would have just dumped those cups out anyway. It was just a little drop, like see a little tiny bit of pink, a little tiny bit of dark blue. Anyway, thanks for watching.